Hi, my name is Leslie Worth, and I am the creator of Poetry for Healing. And I wanted to say hi. I wanted to introduce myself to you, have a little heart-to-heart, share about myself, this work, and the power that I really believe it contains. So a bit about me is that I have a master's in spiritual psychology and have worked with women for like 20 years actually. I started in my 20s, and then I went on to lead groups in trauma centers and yoga studios and mentor one-on-one. After that, I had my own journey of pretty intense humility. I guess you would say, like this humbling journey of everything that I thought was true about life got dismantled as I went through a health crisis that left me almost non-functional for like a year. And I couldn't get answers from doctors, from anybody, from healers. I would go from person to person, and I really felt frustrated because it really felt to me like people wanted me to be in a different place, and they wanted me to look at things in a certain way. And I noticed there was this like collective agreement in the healing world where it was difficult to give people space to have their authentic experience and really feeling pulled into needing to be more evolved, right? Or needing to be more spiritual, whatever that means. And that there was this difficulty for people to let me grieve, to let me have my emotions. And that started me on a journey of becoming that person for myself, of becoming the person who was capable of being honest with herself and working with my body and my intuition and grace, the grace of the divine or the universe to support me when things felt too big for me to handle and hold. One day, all this overwhelm found itself in my thumbs, and I was typing a million miles an hour on my cell phone. And for like 3 to 4 hours, I'd hear this rhythm and this cadence, and the words would come, and I was just going. I woke up, because that's how it felt, like I came out of it, and I looked down at what was on my paper, right, my phone, and I remember tears just coming down my face, and I just kept saying, this is who I am, this is who I am. And what was happening was through those poems, I was being written to. So here I was, I had shown up authentic, feeling this concern about all these different areas and confusion and this push and pull and just, all the things. And something in me that was so strong and who saw me clearly and who knew who I was and knew the power I carried and knew the beauty of my heart and soul and had answers and had solutions, was meeting me as I was in my normal human state, and we were like writing together. So I would show up in an energy, and it would turn into a beautiful therapy session with my soul that was empowering me, that was reflecting to me that I could have all these parts and the magnificence that I held regardless. And through that process, my backbone got so much stronger. I realized like who I was and what I stood for, and I started to pull away from the community that I had been around that felt a little bit more superficial spirituality, a little bit more say the right things and come across a certain way. And I dug deep, and I got more and more in touch with this part of me that had the answers for me. And when I wrote, I noticed that every time I felt stronger, every time I would leave that session and feel like my voice was clear and that my thoughts had clarity as well. And it would bring me back into my body, into presence with myself. And so that is really how I started writing. It was not intentional. And I never stopped. I kept creating, and then over time it turned into, standing for things and making messages out of spoken word poetry, and pushing the edge and getting up on stage, even though I didn't know what to do. And I had, it was like the little peon with all these amazing people. And it became this place where I could have like all my shit and shine anyway. And it was so joyful and so creative, and healing became something that wasn't heavy anymore. I can't even tell you the difference this has made in my life. Like, even to this day, when things are really difficult and I'm out of sorts, if I can write and I can speak and I can create art, it stops. It is my meditation and it is my creative awakening. And so I've created Poetry for Healing to offer that to you, to other women who are interested in writing and speaking their way free. I always said that I don't write to be good, I write to be free. And I really hold that in this container of creative awakening, like I said. And so you learn how to hold your authentic truth, your pain, and to also find your power within it. So every part of you gets to be a part of your expression. There's nothing that's cut off. And we focus on spirituality, and whatever that means for you. Really it's about your heart and your soul's wisdom. And what to do, when nothing's working, because I think we've all been at that point, and how to enjoy life more. And there's just so many beautiful elements that really have to do with strengthening that feminine intuitive knowing within you. So we go through these different themes together and have the opportunity to show ourselves and our hearts in a way where, your light is seen and you're not put in a box for whatever human experience you're going through. Because I think that that's what we all want. We want to be seen in our totality and celebrated. And so that's what this process really offers you. So I look forward to meeting you, those that are interested. And until then, I send all my love.